Hi Flosstube, this is Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. Welcome to my channel. I do videos about cross stitching and occasionally videos about running. And the video that posted immediately before this video is actually a running video that I filmed this morning. And it's fun. I participated in the 2023 Valentine's Snow Stomp. So if you wanted to go check that out, that was a fun run this morning. And I don't want to give away the happy ending, but I might as well because I'm still super psyched about it. I won first place in my age division, and that doesn't happen because I'm really slow, but it was a very small event and not very many people in my age division. So anyway, I got a t-shirt. Valentine's Snow Stomp 2023, or I guess Valentine's Stomp. Love it. And there was the snowshoe division and the running shoes division, and I just did running shoes because I've never tried snowshoes before, but it would be interesting. Anyway, this video is a Flosstube video about cross stitch, and let's get on into it. I have lots of projects to show. I've been working on a lot of things. The first one, it was actually my son's project that he wanted, and he's 6 years old. At first, he wanted to stitch it himself, and then when I showed him the pattern, he decided that he wanted me to stitch it for him. It is this My First Stitch design from Bucilla called Cool Cat. And so I did most of the stitching, but Matthew actually did some stitching too. Yeah, he did some stitching, and just like one way across one line. So he did the first half of the stitches, and then he was done and had me do the rest of the rest of the piece. But he actually did a pretty good job. So I'm actually going to put in, I keep saying actually, sorry about that. I'm going to put in a video of him stitching, and it's so cute because he's so cute. Oops, you're going around again. Put it in the front. There you go.
My arm is getting tired.
Is it my turn to stitch some?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take the food as he.
Wasn't that darling? Anyway, so I finished stitching it and framed it. So here it is. Cool Cat. I think the row that he stitched was like somewhere in here. But yeah, he had fun with it. I had fun with it. It was very fast and easy. The back, I used stitchery tape to attach it to the little board that came with the kit, and then I did put a little bit of Elmer's glue, so I don't know how sturdy it is, a little Elmer's glue along the edge to attach it to the frame. and like it was staying in without the glue. That was just sort of an extra precaution. But yeah, so now this can go in Matthew's room, and he's really happy about that. Okay, the next three pieces were inspired by something that I was going to do last year, but didn't because I didn't stitch hardly at all for the first several months last year. The first several months of last year. I found the Whip-Go board spreadsheet that I had made for 2022 and never got around to working on. So I decided, well, I still have all of the projects that I put on my Whip-Go board, so I might as well put it to use and work on them this year. So it was just a few days away from the end of January when I started, and so I didn't really have time to do both of the January goals in January. So I've been working on, I've worked on one of the January goals and both of the February for words. I've been working on those 3 and have made progress. I'm hoping to complete all 4 of those goals by the end of February. Gosh, I'm tired, and I know that running a race makes me loopy. So, even though it was hours ago, I can't talk properly, I can't think properly. Anyway, all this to say, I made some progress on a whip. This is one that I have not worked on in a long time. And that is the wrong paper. You don't need the floss list. You need to see what it's going to look like. There we go. Okay, this is Dolphin Sketch. This is a piece that I sketched and then scanned and put into Pick-to-Pat. And I've said this before, if I had it to do over again, I would have greatly increased the stitch count and the number of colors, but I was very, very inexperienced. This was like the second project I started working on when I came back to cross stitch in like 2017. So yeah, I was very inexperienced, but I've already put in a lot of time and effort and a lot of floss. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it as it is. Okay, here is where I've got to. When I showed this in the Whip Parade, I had these 2 pages complete, and then this one was almost done. And my goal on this piece was 7 days. I've put in 4 days in which I finished this page and have put in quite a few stitches on the next one. I am using Stitch and Mommy's typewriter method, where I pick the next color, go across the top from left to right and then down and down, 1 10 by 10 square at a time, and work in one length of that color and then pick the next one, and this is what it's looking like so far. Really enjoying this, despite the fact that it is extremely pixelated. Sometimes you just like big stitches on 28 count fabric, and full coverage can be kind of fun. So that is the progress that I made on Dolphin Sketch. So I have 3 more days to work on that one before I have completed my goal. All right. The next one is another one that I had not worked on for a long time. Let's see. And this is Easter egg hunt, these Scandinavian style Easter eggs from the book Cross-Stitched Cards for Special Occasions. And when I made my Whip-Go board, I had completed 4 of the 6 eggs, and my goal was to finish the project, finish all 6. So here are the 4 I had before. This little bird, this cuter little bird than the first one, this Matryoshka doll, and the bunny. And so what I have accomplished since pulling this out, since my last video, is I finished another egg. And it says, Happy Easter. The Y is kind of hard to see. It's in a purple. You can see it better in person, I think, than you can on camera, but it is there. As with all the rest, the white was actually supposed to be left unstitched, and I did not like the look of that, so I stitched it with B5200, and I did that with all the others as well. I just like the look of that better. So I just have 1 more egg to stitch, and then that goal will be complete, and this project will be complete. And that will be really cool because I've been working on this one off and on, mostly off, for quite a while. Okay, and then the third Whip-Go project that I have worked on is the Works of Jane Austen, Sal, by L. Copans. And I actually changed my goal that I had written. My goal was to complete the Emma block, but I changed it to be complete the Mansfield Park block because I was still only like to here. You know, I had stitched all of this and then the bird here and then stopped there. So I made it, and I wasn't ready to stitch the Emma block because I cannot convince myself to stitch it the way it is charted. I want to be able to because it would be so much easier because it's already all charted, but there are things that I want to change about it, and so I will do that. I just haven't done it yet. So I'm going to, so I made my goal to finish up the Mansfield Park block. And I have completed everything except for the horse and the flower right above it. So here is the whole pattern so far. I stitched the tree and the harp, and I brought the grass all the way over to the side border. This was fun to work on. This is 28 count water lily Jobelin, and just like with the Emma block, I am trying to convince myself to stitch the horse as charted because it would be easier because it's already charted. But it's such a chunky horse. It looks like a plow horse and not a lady's riding horse, and it's supposed to be a lady's riding horse. And I just don't know if I can do it. I might have to fix it. But I can't change it too much because I already have the grass stitched, and so the spaces for the hooves, that's stitched, that's in, and I'm not frogging it. I'm not taking it out. So we will see what happens with the horse. I still haven't 100% made up my mind. But once I stitch the horse, and then there's like one little flower that goes right above the horse. Once that is done, then I will have that goal complete. My other WhipGo project for January/February is 7 days on my Ye Old Band Sampler, and I haven't started working on that one yet. I will probably pull it out before the next video. So that's going to be fun. All right. Last week, maybe the week before? No, I'm pretty sure it was last week. But I could be wrong. There was a sort of stitchy get-together at the American Fork Library. And I went to that and got to meet a few other stitchers from this general area. Well, they're all from further south than I am. I drove like I don't remember how far. It wasn't a terribly long drive, but it wasn't just like down the street either. But yeah, so some other, we'll say, Utah stitchers. And the project that I worked on there was Teresa Koget Seaworthy Sampler. And here is where it is at now. So I put in this bird and this fish, and I started the next fish that's going to be right here. I'm pretty sure that that's all that there was that I put in that night, but I mean, despite the fact that it's very little square inchage covered, it's a lot of stitches because this is 1/1 on 28 count. And this is Chesapeake Bay from Under the Sea Fabrics. I always have to think about it. Where is it from? I know who dyed it. It's Leslie LaFleur, Under the Sea Fabrics, but I always have to think about it. Like Chesapeake Bay from that one. Yeah. Anyway, this is coming along. Oh, no, I remembered because I just barely saw. You can barely see it, but there's a few stitches in here in this, what's going to be the sail of the sailboat. I put in a few of those stitches that night as well. So this is coming along nicely. Look at how little it is. It's so small. I love it. It's so fun. And then I kept intending to pick it back up and finish that fish, but I never did. I kept working on other stuff instead. And that's fine. I will get to it when I get to it. All right. The next piece is this stamped kit, Decorative Painting 9. Last time I showed it, I had 4 colors left to complete. This time I have 2 colors left. So here's how it is looking now. I added this, well, let's see. There's a dark blue here, and some of it is up here that I added. And then this really light brown color. Those are the 2 colors that I added. And there's only 2 colors left. This red one, which is a light brown. And then, of course, the giant green section, which will be black and will be so much fun to stitch. But even if it does get a bit monotonous, I'll probably still not hate doing it because it's so easy. There's just black, just stitch and fill in. Great for watching movies or Flosstube. So that will be a good fill-in type of stitch. And then that one will be done, and I can start working on the next one of those, because I have 2 more stamped kits in that series. And I wanted to get like all of them. There's several, but I was thinking about it, and there's no like copyright information on the patterns. And I know that sometimes stamped cross stitches can be like ethically gray area at best sometimes. And so I'm gonna go ahead and stitch the ones that I have, but I'm not going to buy any more of the stamped cross stitches unless I can verify that they're using the artwork properly. Because, you know, well, it is what it is. Anyway, my next piece, oh, I should have updated this one. This is the Temperature Quaker, and this is by Stitchin' Mommy. I am using the varied temperature key. It is up to date through February 9th. So today, or tonight rather, is the 11th. You will probably be seeing this after that because I'm probably not going to put it up until Sunday morning, so the 12th. But anyway, here it is. Looks so pretty. This is 36 count vintage country mocha. Let's fold this and see it more. So I finished up January and started February. And the exciting thing is, so this was the coldest color listed. We had a day that the high was 27 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the varied key, 27 and below is this very pale purple. And then 2 days among the days after that were significantly colder. There was a day that was 23 Fahrenheit for the high and a day that was 20 for the high. And so I had to pick a whole different color. And I tried a variety of purples, and they just blended in with the fabric or didn't mesh well with the other colors. So I eventually went with gray. So this gray color is 23 or below, because I wanted to make sure that I remembered these days were significantly colder than even this one. So these are the 2 coldest days that we've had this year. We probably won't get any others down that low. We probably won't even get any others down this low, down to the 27. But I'm glad that I have them in there. So, yeah. Temperature Quaker by Stitchin' Mommy. It's so pretty. I like working on that one because it's just a few stitches, just a handful of stitches, and even if you like get behind for like a week, it's still just a handful of stitches to catch up. All right. Next was, his name is Jesus. I did go ahead and print this out finally so that I can show this is what it's gonna look like, even though it's such a small thing. You can't hardly see what it, you can't really see it anyway, but that's okay. Oh. So previously I had the E and part of the J in Jesus in that center motif. And I have made quite a lot of progress. Ta-da! I finished Jesus And then I wanted to stitch some in the other colors just to see how they were going to look. So I stitched in Son of God, Eternal Word, and Root of Jesse. And then I came back and started working on the H for his, because it's going to say his name is, and then we have the Jesus. So these words here in the middle, the his name is Jesus, that's quite stitch heavy. There's they're very big and just lots of stitches in there. So I'm glad that I took a break to work on some other words before moving on to stitching more of this. And I'll probably keep doing that. I'll probably keep stitch some of the big stuff and then move on and work on some other words and then come back to the big stuff. Anyway, so this is 40 count flax 1/2, and the colors that I'm using are I've shown them before. The light color is Gentle Arts Green Pasture, the medium is Gentle Art Pine, and the dark is Classic Colorworks Erin Go Emerald. And they play nicely together on the fabric, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, one more project. Let's see. This is my current dimensions kit, Feasting Frenzy. I figured since I have been getting so many kits lately, I showed several last time, was it, I think? Maybe. Anyway, I needed to work on what I have currently got going so that I can start more without feeling bad about it at some point very soon, probably. So I got out Feasting Frenzy, and I had like all the stitching down here done, as well as these birds, and I've started working on the main body of the birdhouse. Bird feeder. House-shaped bird feeder. Anyway. So, this is where it is all the way. I put in this little bit down here and the seeds here, and then came up and put these stitches in, and then there's some random stitches throughout here. And those are all half stitches. The entire birdhouse practically, maybe not even maybe just entirely but at least most of it is back race day brain again, is half stitches. So it's going quickly. I only just got this one out to work on today, I think. So really fast progress on this one, and yeah, it's fun to work on. But it kind of makes me sad because it reminds me of something that happened this evening that I'm sad about. And I'm just this is me being overly dramatic. This is me picking something out of my teeth. Sorry. I ordered another kit off of Amazon because it was like 60% off. It was $8 and it was beautiful. And I was like, oh boy. So I ordered it, and Amazon says it was delivered this evening in my mailbox, and it's not in my mailbox. And I'm kind of freaking out because I want it. The autistic part of me is really having a hard time with this because this is something that I fully expected to happen and was happily and eagerly anticipating going out to the mailbox, and it was going to be there, and that's what was going to happen, and that, that's what my mind saw happening, because why wouldn't it? It says it was delivered, and so I was going to go and get it out of the mailbox, and it's not there. And now I'm like, What do I do? My brain is not taking this very well. Hopefully, if it was delivered to the wrong mailbox, whoever ended up with it will bring it back to me. If a couple days go by and I haven't received it yet, I will contact Amazon and get a replacement. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I wasn't even gonna start stitching it immediately or anything. I'm just, I'm not happy about the fact that it says it was delivered and it was not delivered into my mailbox like it was supposed to be. But that's okay. It's gonna be okay. Feasting frenzy, very fun. And I have so many other cross stitch patterns and kits. It's okay. It will be made right. That's all the progress that I have done. That's all the stitching I've done. Now we're gonna move on to haul. And here's the point where I should have shown my brand new Dimensions kit, and it's not there. But I thought that it would be fun to buy some simple cross-stitch Christmas ornaments, ornament patterns. We have patterns for cross-stitch ornaments, and Jeff has been working on one, and it's hard because there's so many fractional stitches, and he's a very new stitcher, and it's just not an enjoyable process for him. So I thought that I would go ahead and get a few simpler patterns that are still pretty or cute or elegant or you know, just nice patterns that don't have all the fractional stitches. So I put in an order on 123 Stitch, and this is what I've got. Let's see, Foxwood Crossings Backyard Visitors. These are supposed to be stitched on perforated paper and finished on these sled ornaments, but we are going to put, well, Jeff, whatever, we're going to put them on Jeff's 14 count pearlescent white Ada and frame them in the gold oval hoop ornaments that we have. So Backyard Visitors, super cute. And then another Foxwood Crossings Snowy Visitors, and there's more birds, and these ones are cardinals. And then one more Foxwood Crossings Snowy Barns. And these are all super cute, fairly simple, but not like patronizingly so. Not like cool cat simple, but and they're all whole crosses because you can't do fractional stitches on perforated paper. It doesn't work. I also got this JBW Designs Christmas Ornaments Limited Edition Collector's Book. And it has all these super cute ornaments. Some of them have just one color, some of them are multiple colors, but they are all whole crosses and just lots of fun. You know, there's ones that are shaped like trees. Jeff really likes this one. It's a tree with trees in it, and it's going to be hanging on a tree. So he's like, it's treeception. That's so cool. So he was excited about this one. And then I got Cooler Designs Christmas Botanical Ornaments. Now some of these do have fractional stitches, but it's just the ones with berries. And I was looking at them, and I'm pretty sure that these ones that have white berries, wait, not this one, this one, yeah, this, so mistletoe and juniper and bayberries and snowberries, you don't have to put in those quarter stitches to make the berries fully circle, or circular. If you're stitching it on white Aida to begin with, nobody's going to know that you didn't put those tiny white stitches in there. So basically the only ones that really need the fractional stitches are the juniper was that, it doesn't, the holly and ivy, laurel, and cranberries. So those are the only ones that actually require the fractional stitches, the quarter stitches. And he doesn't have to stitch those ones if he doesn't want to, you know? So there's a whole bunch of fun botanical patterns that still have a lot of detail and are still very elegant and pretty, and don't have all those fractionals that are just so mind-poundingly difficult sometimes. But yeah, those are the things that we got for haul. Okay, one more thing to take care of before finishing off this video, and that is the giveaway from last time, because my previous video was Flosstube number 100, and I made to give away these 2 project bags. I have drawn names for who is going to win each one, and the yellow bag is going to Sarah King. Yay, Sarah! Sarah is my friend. I sit with her during cross-stitch retreats, during like this Stitch West retreat often. So that's fun. And the blue bag is going to, hang on. Yeah, I can't read my own writing. Mandy Setterfield. So Mandy, this bag is going to you. Sarah, I used to have your address. I don't think I have it anymore. So if both of you would either email me your address at sbasker_mk@hotmail.com, or you can message me on Pinterest, Instagram. I started saying interest. I'm like, no, that can't be right. It must be Pinterest. Message me on Instagram. I'm at Ivy House Crafter there, and get me your address, and I will get those sent out to you. So congratulations. That is everything that I have. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and gets lots of stitching done, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Happy stitching. Bye.